Morning, YouTube. So I just wanted to do a video today about an idea I had last night. Got the old gears turning around a pair, you know what I'm saying? So, I have an affinity for sites like the Drudge Report, okay? I like the Drudge Report because it's constantly updating. It has that, like, the feeling of, oh, I gotta go check it, see what's going on new. Like, that's one of the key parts about the Drudge Report. Now, I've often pondered making such a website. Actually, I've done it. It's not fully done yet, but I have a website, reviewtheearth.com. If you go to reviewtheearth.com, I don't know why I never plugged that. I haven't been on there in a minute, but you should go check it out because it is pretty cool. There's some pretty neat stuff on there. I started it last summer when I started really getting into, I mean, I've always been into politics, but when I really took it like overdrive, like when I started my Twitter account, when I started getting active on Facebook and such, before I got banned out of Facebook, you rotten SOBs. So yeah, I changed my name to, after 10 years of being CRC, I changed it to Deplorable CRC, and I got the boot. And then they were like, you must put your real name back in there and confirm it or whatever, and so I put Irredeemable CRC on there. So anyways, they kicked me out forever and demanded that to get back in, I gotta verify my account, and I'm just not doing that. I hate you, Facebook. You're nothing but cancer on society, so I'll just speak out against you. Anyways, I was starting to make, like, you know, I previously made political Facebook posts, but I went out and protested, and when I did that, I put the pictures of it and stuff on there, and it got massive responses from my friends, and then I got dumped. So it was purely for political speech, so F Facebook. Sorry, that's my Facebook rant. So anyways, I have a website, reviewtheearth.com. I made that because once I around that time period, I was really getting charged up about the election, decided to take that into overdrive. And one of my personal heroes is Matt Drudge. So I love the Drudge Report, not just because of the news, but just how it works. It's very simple, it's white paper, you know, the whole thing. So go check out the Drudge Report if you've never seen that before. That's the best news site in the world, bar none, in my personal opinion. Sometimes there's some flaky stuff on there, but it's always fun, you know. It's always interesting, it's always captivating, there's always something interesting on Drudge. Always. Very rarely, sometimes, where you get it where it's kind of dull. Anyway, I'm digressing. This is the point. I made a website, okay, and there's some things I learned in the process. And part of that would be, you know, not just how to do it, because I used Google Sites, which there's pluses and minuses, and I'm not going to get into that. I do know a little bit about HTML. I elected to do it with Google Sites, not because I like Google, just because it was easy and effective for the time. And it's free. So, and Google Sites is now updated, and they have even a more broader spectrum of tools to use, and I've learned a little bit of that too. Anyways, what I want to do, what I propose to the Alliance, alright, is to start to let some of you in. I'm going to create a website for the Alliance. And then I'm going to share that username and password to it with certain individuals and bring them in on a bit-by-bit basis. I'm going to start to contact people and say, okay, here's the code. I trust you, all right? Because within this alliance, we are building trust. We have built some trust, right? So I've thought about, like, how would I do the Drudge Report? It would literally take me all day, every day, of doing the website and finding news articles and reading news articles and finding the best news articles, the ones that are the most pertinent, and splatter them all over there, right? I can't do that. I don't have the time. But the Alliance, if we segregate it, and I'm not talking, this is all voluntary. This won't be, oh, well, this person has to do this, this person has to, no. What I propose is there's certain individuals who I trust with the keys at this point, because we're on the same team, okay? And as long as we're on the same team, it's not the article that matters so much as just the overall picture. And then we kind of hold each other accountable. So I have this idea, and I'm going to start putting this together probably later today when I get out of work. So I have this idea to basically mock like the way, you know, kind of the way Drudge works, or something similar. It's like a white paper type of system, and I got it in my head how I can do this really easy. I'm gonna start dumping the password and username to you guys, and basically all I want you to do, or all I would suggest that you do is, and I'll put some examples on there so we can just get some kind of a form started. And I want this thing to take its organic life of its own. It's not gonna be me directing it. It's just, yeah, sure, I've created it, but I'll bring us together with it. But I want this to be a spontaneous, natural, organic type of thing where we as a community, as volunteerismists, as volunteers, because we believe in volunteerism for the most part, I think, most of us, there won't be any rules. You will not be censored. You know, you get to post the article that you want to post and put, you know, link by whoever it is. And then we'll just build them all up in a line. I don't think it needs to be any more than like a Google Doc document, like a white paper, because you can embed those now into websites. So it could be something very, 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 very simple. I'm gonna toss around a couple of deals. I'm gonna work on this for a couple of days, and then I'm gonna start sending you the keys. And so some people that are watching my channel, and some people that are part of the Alliance, and this is just the First Amendment Alliance, okay? It kind of started with Styx, and I've got my own little crew going on. So like there's Styx's people that he mentioned, plus I've gravitated some more, and everybody's starting to know everybody, and we're getting this nice synchronicity as far as, I'm gonna call it like Hivemind, and I don't mean that in the bad Internet of Things way. I'm talking Hivemind like Styx didn't, like when I started watching Styx, I didn't find him so captivating because he was teaching me so much. I found him captivating because he was saying what I already knew. And I gravitate towards that because I'm like, okay, obviously it's not my opinion, he's speaking fact. Now when he talks about his opinion, it's very similar to mine, not always the same, but we're on the same team. So we're all in this together, okay? And I will start this project, okay? I don't know, maybe for right now I'll call it the Hive Report or something, or the Alliance Report. Maybe that's a good one. You tell me, you know, we can change it. Reality is malleable, all right? So we can make it whatever we want. But here's the thing. We are going to, well, I'm going to, and you can participate voluntarily with me if you'd like. I'm gonna make this thing, I'm gonna make a simple, super semi-simple structure, okay? Super semi-simple structure, and then we are going to basically Hivemind. You will be free to post whatever you want on there, okay? And it will be our little Alliance spot, and we can plug it on the Alliance, and everybody that goes there just sees our news articles, okay? So, yeah, I think this would be a really good thing. So instead of like sharing news articles and such, you know, we can just post them on like almost like a forum or something. I don't know. I'm gonna tweak this, and I'm gonna kind of invite some of my more trusted, or the people who I talk to the most, who I have a lot of faith in. I'm gonna start like bringing those people on, or see if they want to be a part of it initially. If they don't have time, if it's not their thing, you know, we'll find somebody else and kind of move along. But I think this is a wonderful idea, and it'll be done, you know, in the spirit of like voluntarily making a Drudge Report, and it's just for passing news articles around, you know, between us kind of thing for a while. But I think it'll grow into much more than that, and because I imagine the Drudge has a staff, I'm gonna say of about 30 or so. I don't know how many people he's got working for him, but how many people does it take to comb through all of the news everywhere? You know what I'm saying? So I'm open to all suggestions. I'm open to all comments below. If you kind of get my gist of this, if you know, just any ideas, any brainstorming, any spitballing, go check out reviewtheearth.com. Just look through it and see what you think of it. I mean, that's not exactly the format I want to go with. I really, really liked that, and I think there's some ideas that could be incorporated, mainly the idea with aggregating a bunch of news sources into one spot. The main page, if I remember, it's been a minute since it's been there, when you pop it up, it should auto refresh, okay? Major outlets, major news outlets will show up there, and it auto refreshes. I built it so I don't even have to touch it, really. Like, you can go to Review the Earth and find a ton of news that you may have never seen from a bunch of outlets. So, okay, I only got 30 seconds left, so thank you very much. The Alliance will remain strong and continue on. All right, love you guys, and have a wonderful, powerful day, okay? Peace!